I jumped. So that number 9 killed me. And then the 10 was a little better.
I wonder if it's worse for you.
It's way worse.
Because I was like, the bomb is awful, and then I was somewhat like relieved by it.
Right.
But you just got slammed.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a very unique experience. So guys, stay tuned. We're all gonna hit you. You have nothing to prove. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Fuck it. I feel like though, it's just gotta
It's
be
your weekend.
It's gotta be a real Jonestown situation
all right.
here. I think.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, whatever you want. But I was wondering, what's the difference? Because we had two.
Yeah.
Reaper.
We have Pepper
Because we
X.
wanted to
and
yeah.
X.
So here's the situation is like, you know, it's like with Samuel Adams. You might have like a winter ale, and then you might have
Just
an
a different
Oktoberfest.
flavor.
So yeah, so we used
They're
the
both
Carolina
fucked up.
Reaper. Yeah, they're both pretty fucked up. We put the Carolina Reaper in one, and then the last dab, Pepper X in the other. But also because, shout out to the fans, thank you to the fans. Pepper X, you know, coming from Smoking Ed Curry, it only grows on one farm. And then now we have this like
is super limited.
international demand for this sauce.
I was like,
So they like our fans. Shout out to you guys. Thank you
once
so
again,
much.
shout out.
Drained the lake. You know what I mean? So it's like we can't like
You can't make enough.
as we grow it, as we make it, it just disappears. So to like bridge that gap in the growing season, we're like, here's the last dab, Carolina Reaper. But that is the, you know, what we want to do. Like to us, like making an episode is a creative process, but so is making a hot sauce. You know,
This
like
one's
you always
spicier.
wanna try it.
The X.
I think that they're, you know, I think that if you asked 10 people,
Side by side.
5
Let's do
people
it. We'll
would
do
say-
it.
That can be obtained by scoring streaks in easy, normal and hard, and it can block out other important audio. In this patch, DICE is putting the settings somewhere between the launch values and the values of the patch at the beginning of January, so they're striking a middle ground, and hopefully they can now nail this situation. At 25 meters distance, the footstep volume will now be just 28% of the volume heard when compared to someone standing right next to you. This compares
Files on my iMac, they're high resolution. I can see the detail in one and the softness in the other, and immediately I pick that one. But yeah, we lost that particular characteristic of the high-end phones.
And can cook.
talk to me about Martin.
He taught white people how to make Chinese food.
Your boy Mario Batali.
I mean, I kind of look like this guy for some reason when I was like now. I drew some sort of similarity to him. I don't know, something about the orange cracks. It makes all age groups like him. The orange
Very
cracks.
relatable.
He's relatable. I don't know. He was very interesting in the way he spoke. Very theatrical. He's mesmerizing guy. This one.
I saw Wu-Tang and Rage Against the Machine in 1997.
Anybody smoke crack on stage?
No, I wish. I will smoke crack before I die. Just once.
Smoke with rhythm. He has the best. He has the
Yeah. What, really?
Where did you want to work when you were playing?
So much that you'd want a cartoon that's always reaching for science, because that's not necessary. But what you would want is when they do go, don't do that.
So in addition to being a connoisseur of the cosmos, I know that you're also an aficionado of fine wines. Is that because you were obsessed with the science of fermentation, or you just wanted a drink?
I mean, I think if you like fine food, you also will discover that you'll like wine that goes with it. Think about it. We have 5 traditional senses: sight, hearing, taste, touch, and smell. Each one of these senses garners an entire fraction of society's investment in bringing pleasure to those senses. So your sense of hearing, I want music. You'll invest money in this. You'll go to concerts. There's great works of art. There's beautiful architecture. Look at how much we invest in things that look beautiful. It is odd when you think about it that you can go home and eat a bowl of rice, some beans with it, and get most of your, and maybe a salad, and that's your nutrition, and that would cost you $1 in raw ingredients. Or you can go to a restaurant and spend hundreds of dollars on food and wine. The fact that people do that at all means
The enemy is in the lead.
you can raise the sense of culinary satisfaction to extremely high levels. And people do. So I like a good bottle of wine where I'm distracted by how good it is so that I lose sleep at night wondering how the winemaker accomplished it.
Our side is in the lead.
I can't wait till Megadeth.
You can wait. So So these days, I'm sure you spend more time than you'd like debunking conspiracy theories. So what I'm hoping I can do...
Notes yesterday is not arriving in the game for another 2 weeks. It will be the reward for players in week 5 of the Lightning Strikes chapter, and we're just about to enter week 3 at the moment. It's going to arrive at the same time as the new grand operation, Battle of Hanut, which combines Panzerstorm on Airborne and Breakthrough with Arras on Rush and Final Stand. Kinda disappointing that the new tank didn't come out when the patch came out, because the patch notes made it seem like the patch was adding the tank, but that's just bad communication on DICE's part, and I think next time they really need to clarify whether it really is coming or not. Secondly, you can now deploy your bipod on the shoulders of other players, making for some pretty cool moments. This was actually an unintended change, but since it was a tactic used by some soldiers and armies in the war, DICE has chosen to leave it in the game. A happy accident, but one that could turn out to be a really interesting gameplay mechanic later down the line. And third, I thought I'd let you know the kill cam delay has now been fixed, so no long 3-second wait for the man down screen to appear anymore, which is awesome. That was a bug introduced with the last patch. It's now been fixed. So, there you are. Panzerstorm is an improved map for all players of the game. If you didn't like it previously, I'd highly encourage you to go and give it another go. It's no longer the sparse, flat landscape it previously was. It's been spiced up with more cover that benefits attackers and defenders. Let me know what you think down below in the comments section. And don't forget to check out our sponsor for this video ahead with some quite substantial changes for Panzerstorm. Now, I hope this is a sign that DICE is becoming more open to adapting and changing previously static content, just as they're doing with limited time game modes and events in Battlefield 5. They're changing the dynamic of the game and improving the value of the content that they've already produced. Everybody loves brand new content for sure, not disputing that, but if older content can be changed, freshened up and improved, then I'd say that's great for the game as well. It breathes new life into things that you didn't expect to change. These changes to Panzerstorm are being based on community feedback and in-game telemetry that's been taken by DICE from the millions of players who've set foot on the map since December, looking at different patterns